Clash Artifacts of Chaos is a very interesting game on Steam Deck. Not only does this play fantastically well, the graphics are absolutely awesome, but there are so many elements to this game that I just wasn't expecting, including a little dice minigame as part of a ritual to start a battle, where the loser of the dice battle has a negative effect applied to them. You can even challenge people so that they actually join you in a later fight as well. And this mixed martial arts action style, I would say RPG as well, does seem to have so many different elements in it. Now you have all these different fighting styles. I went with the claw style initially, but you can level up each of the abilities and change your fighting stances, as well as having some weapons and also lots of other special abilities. You also get this little companion, which really adds to the story. Now, it's a very interesting one as you start off during the day as this person, but there's also challenges and puzzles during the night where you become a wooden character version, so you can go through things like thick thorns and take on other enemies. There's also an additional part of the fighting where you switch to this first person kind of boxing style, and if you get enough combat power, you can do some special moves as well. Setting wise, I did find this actually better playing at a 30 frame rate cap, as this gave a much smoother experience on the medium settings. And as you can see, the power draw is still fairly high, but on 30 frames per second cap, we were able to bring this back down to under the 20. So you'll get a good 2 to 3 hours gameplay on this. But if you do push it up to the 60 frames per second on the low graphics, then you are going to be reducing that time down to about an hour and a half, 2 hours. On high settings with it uncapped, we do hardly manage over 30 frames per second anyway. It does bounce around all over the place, but capping it to 30 in game with high settings does run phenomenally well and does look incredibly good as well. As I said, there's lots of elements to this. We've got cooking for potions and other abilities, as well as a vast skill tree. And if you do die during battle, then you do come back at night as your wooden version, and you do have another chance of getting your character to fight through the game. So essentially you have to die twice to actually die in this game. So it is got that Souls-like element. But as I said, being the wooded character, you do seem to have a bit of extra defense. So it does make it a little bit easier getting back to your character. As we go into some of the other areas though, even on those high settings capped at 30 frames per second, we do dip below the 30 frames mark. Hence, I don't recommend playing on the high settings, going with either medium or low with a capped 30 or 40 frames here. As you can see here, we pick up figurines all the way through the game, and this is where we can level up our combat stances and pick some more special abilities, and also level those up as well as your main attributes. So there's lots to upgrade in this game. With the ability to run 2 different stances, you can switch it up to suit your playstyle. If you are looking for a bit of a brawler and a bit of a more challenging game, then this is definitely going to be an interesting one for you. I do recommend running this on medium at 30 or 40 capped. We can hold 40 frames per second on medium just about in a lot of the areas, but we still do see those dips below 40 into the 30s occasionally. So if you want that super stable, then go with 30 frame cap at medium. Otherwise, leave it uncapped and have a bit of fun. I'll leave you a bit more of the gameplay here without me talking, so you can get a better feel for the game and performance. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.